Hello, folks, and welcome to our weekend in review. Where are we today?
Chad, in our never-ending quest to boldly go where a lot of people have never gone before, we find ourselves in the Hall of Legends,
Hall of Fame.
the place where champions are formed. We're in the boys' locker room here at Holy Cross.
And you can smell.
I mean, it just,
You can smell
the air is thick. Wait, just, I guess.
So
Okay.
many champions have been forged down in this locker room and are currently probably being forged.
Yeah, and you know what, Chad? For you, although you didn't go to Holy Cross School, this is kind of a familiar position for you, sitting on the bench.
I put in a little time on the bench.
Yes.
All right, Pastor. So this weekend we talked about the woman at the well and Samaria and what the Samarias we have to deal with in our lives. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Just real quick, and today I was talking to seventh graders, so I've reduced it to 3 C's. Samaria was formed out of conflict. Samaria was a place of compromise. They worshipped other idols and other gods on a different mountain. And the third thing is Samaria is a place that constricts the faith. In other words, one of the kids said, I remember it by boa constrictor. Whereas the Jews believed in the 39 books of the Old Testament, the Samaritans only accepted the first 5. They constricted the faith. They lost a lot of the promises of God. And we walked through, just as Jesus had to go through Samaria, just as he met up with that woman, we have to go through Samarias in our life in terms of conflict, compromise, and constriction.
And I love that Jesus initiates the conversation.
That's cool. That was a huge cultural jump. It says a lot to us in terms of who we hang out with, who we're willing to reach beyond our comfort zone to touch with the gospel.
Big message there. We continue our Lent classes on Wednesday. It's tomorrow, and we have a meal at 5:30. Pastor, your class in Colossians will start at 6 after the service, right at 7 in the Welcome Center, and then we continue our prayer and meditation service as well. Spring break next week. It's going to be a little quiet around here, which will be nice. And
oh no, I love it when it's noisy, and I know you do too. You know, just the energy. Sometimes I think this building almost pulsates. I feel that the energy kind of coming in and out of it.
And don't forget, right after spring break, we have Financial Peace being offered Tuesday night, 6:30 with childcare. And then in 2 weeks from that, the Legacy, which is the follow-up. So amazing, life-changing class. If you haven't taken those yet, please check that out. And final thoughts here, Pastor, for the people this week.
At the end of it, at the end of that story in John chapter 4, the Samaritans say, now we believe not because of what you said, we believe because of what Jesus has said. And my last point of the sermon is what we know, because a lot of times we know facts about the faith is not as important as who we know. Certainly it's good, and we're very doctrinal. We teach the teachings of our church, of the Bible, of the catechism, whatever. But always they are pointing us to the Christ. It's Christ whom we know, with whom we relate.
Amen. Have a great week.